we are now all seeing, you know, I also saw Mr. Anastasiadis today, so right now I can leaders. And I think we have a shared sense that we're about to come out of the hydrocarbons crisis as we knew it, and that circumstances will soon be such that we will be able to declare the resumption of talks. I'm not doing that right now because there are still some things that have to happen, but I think that we're seeing that this spring will be much more promising than last autumn, and with good weather in spring, I think we can take some optimism and say that maybe we will not only be back on track, but actually even be able to accelerate talks, have a faster process than we originally planned. Now, I want to reiterate, this still has to be agreed and declared, but my sense is that there is a will on both sides to make sure that this is possible within relatively short time. We're talking about a number of weeks, not months.
You are hoping that the negotiations will proceed as it has to be. But the most important thing is how will you overcome this hydrocarbon crisis? What did you bring there?
Well, as you know, the current NAVTEX expires on the 6th of April.
Yes.
And NAVTEX, of course, was from the Turkish Cypriot side a response to other activities. It seems that, without going too much into detail, it seems that the whole picture will be such that we will have a climate where we're going back to talks based on the initial positions of both sides will be possible within weeks, or at least the course of this spring. And what I am then pushing for is that when the sides come back, they come back with the shared will to make it happen, to actually dedicate themselves to serious negotiations, fast negotiations, accelerated pace, and try to confront even the most difficult issues, so that later this year and in a number of months we will be able to sum up and see this is where we are and this is what's possible. And I know that there is significant international support from I would say all relevant quarters to make that happen. And while I've not been so much here in Cyprus over the last weeks, I've been elsewhere and preparing for this, and it looks promising. Again, let me be very clear. We're not there yet, so what I'm saying is what my sense is, but my sense is a qualified sense of optimism that spring will bring new times to Cyprus.
Yeah, and do you have also a sense about the timetable of the negotiations?
I do, but I think that this is something that I want them to finally settle. When the conditions are there, as I described, we should first agree to have a meeting, then we will have a meeting, and then we will agree on exactly how that's organized, and I think I'll leave that for then. But I can tell you what I would like, that is that we not only get back quickly, but then when we are back, we work structured, systematic, dedicated, and sustained without interruptions to see how far we can go. I want to say again, and I've said this many times, and I'm repeating myself, but sometimes that's necessary. There are many difficult issues that we will be facing. In any negotiations I've ever seen or been involved in, it will seem to be crises and interruptions and so on. But I don't see anything in the CyProd which is not solvable. If there is will on both sides, if there is will, all issues can be solved through some kind of compromise or joint understanding. And I remain convinced that both sides actually want a solution, even if it's challenging to get there, and that keeps me optimistic, and far more optimistic than some of my last visits. Yeah, all right.